Welcome to the Paying Off Debt series that I'm making just for you. My name is Jarrad from Debt Free Blueprint, and in this video series what I like to do is take the main topic of paying off debt and pick one subtopic that has to do with that. And this is to give you some lessons learned that I had while I was paying off my debt, and even since paying off my debt, some motivation while you were in the process of paying off your debt to kind of help you get through the process. I learned a whole lot of things throughout my time of paying off my $82,000, and even since that I feel very compelled to share these kinds of things with you because I know exactly what you are going through if you're in the process of paying off your debt. So this week's topic is around depression. And if you're feeling depressed about all the debt that you have and the kind of mountain that you have to climb with all that debt that you have to pay off, then please watch this because this is a message for you. This whole process, if you're right now in the middle of paying off your debt, can really beat you down. And sometimes we can get out of those little slumps. And sometimes we can't. We notice we're in a slump for a little longer than we expected. Because naturally, this is going to be kind of a really crappy process. Because nobody wants to pay off all of their debt. But it's definitely a good thing. But if you notice that it's really starting to leave you kind of feeling down and out and constantly, I would say even like depressed. I don't use that word lightly either, because depression is not a fun thing. If you're feeling like you're kind of down and out constantly and it's really taking its toll on your mental state, then I want to encourage you to please go talk to someone. Sometimes it's not always enough to go talk to the people around you because sometimes they won't understand. Sometimes it helps to go talk to a professional. They can kind of help you work through your problems. A trained professional, so any kind of therapist, they're all over out there. I personally am able to get a therapist through my health insurance. I think I get like 4 free sessions a year, but even if you can't, there's all kinds of cheap ways to talk to a therapist if money is really tight with you right now. There's even online ones that I've heard about. I think one that I've heard about is BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp? I don't know what it is. I'll put the link in the description. I haven't tried them before, but I heard that they're a really good resource for talking to a therapist. All you do is just kind of sign up and sign on to their website and talk to someone. Kind of get those thoughts that you're having out of your head. Because when we allow them to just continue to get jumbled up in our head, we almost start manipulating them to where it makes the whole situation a lot worse than it really is. And I didn't necessarily have depression or feel any sort of depression while I was paying off my debt, but I do know the impacts that feeling depressed has on you. Personally, I'll tell you a very personal story, which I wasn't sure if I was ever going to share with you guys or when I was going to, but it kind of works into this right here. Although I never felt depressed while I was paying off my debt, I did hit a very deep level of depression at one point in my life, about 2 years ago actually. 2 years ago, it was October 1st, I'll never forget. October 1st, 2016, that morning when I woke up, it was a Saturday morning, I woke up to a phone call from my aunt telling me that my 19-year-old brother had passed away. He had overdosed on some drugs, so something he was taking was laced with that fentanyl issue that's going around, and he passed away at 19. And leading up to that point in time, I've been pretty good about kind of working through my problems in my own head, whether it's working the problem out in my head or I do a lot of writing, and that always helps a lot. I'll talk to people occasionally, but when my little brother passed away, that was a feeling that I was not prepared for. And I know that paying off your debt might not it's not necessarily comparable to someone passing away in your life, but I mean, depression is depression. If you're depressed, that's not a good thing, you know? So it doesn't matter why you are depressed, whether it's because someone passed away or it's because of your debt. It's still depression, and you're still kind of feeling down in your luck, and there's still something wrong with how you were working through this problem. So, but up until that point, I had been pretty good about working through things in my head. And I got to a point after he had passed away where I was just in this slump and I could not get out. It was a feeling that I had never felt before, ever, because it was so sudden and he was just so young. And I had to go talk to a therapist, and it helped a lot. A lot. Before that, if you asked me, I would have said, you know what, I can work through this problem on my own. I'm good. And I tried to. I really did. Man, I threw everything at the book. And some of it helped, but going and talking to someone is so helpful. I'm so glad that I went and talked to a therapist, because it helped me kind of work through those problems a little bit more. And I've come out on the other side a lot better. Now, don't get me wrong, I still get a little down on my luck, or when I think about him, right? I'll still like cry and stuff, but I've already kind of gotten over the really, really hard part. And the same thing might happen to you. You might talk to a therapist and it helps, but then you'll notice later down the line, like, you're still feeling a little down in your luck, or there will be times where you hit those slumps, and that's okay. I think that's normal. I mean, you can't expect to go through life and expect everything to be like, oh, happy all the time. It's just not possible, right? But if you notice that you're really feeling depressed and it's something where you're like, I need to go talk to somebody, do it. Please do it. Coming from someone who's been through it, who, yeah, been through it to get help through probably the hardest time in my life, I really encourage you to please go do that. Don't mess with your mental health, because that's so important throughout this whole process. And your brain's going to play tricks on you, and it's going to want to beat you down. And I promised you, if you continue to fight through that debt and focus on paying it off, you will become a better person in the long run. So please, 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 go talk to someone and just keep pushing through those debts, because I'm telling you, I came out on the other side and it's changed my life. It's so awesome. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have problems in life, of course, but having your finances set up and in order in that way, by getting your debts paid off, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. I think everybody should do it. So yeah, that's it. If you're feeling a little depressed, please talk to somebody. You're more than welcome to always email me too. I'm not a trained professional, but I'd be more than happy to talk you through any kind of problems you have. I just want to see you get through this process of paying off your debt in a healthy way. Yeah, that's it. And you might be hearing my dog snore. Fun fact, my dog Molly, let me show you her. She's actually not technically my dog. She is actually my little brother's. So when he passed away, I kind of inherited her, and after my dog passed away, I was out of the dog business. I got my first dog ever, Cooper, and he passed away, and it destroyed me, and I was like, I'm out of the dog business forever. And then, sure enough, when my little brother Colin passed away, she came into my life. I was like, well, I gotta take care of her. I'm not gonna just send her off to somebody else. That wouldn't be right. But yeah, I don't know why I just told you that, but whatever. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below with whatever you want. You don't have to say, oh, I'm feeling depressed right now. Yeah, I don't expect you to kind of air out your dirty laundry. Only I can do that, because I put everything on the internet. Yeah, just leave a comment with whatever you want down below. It's cool. I'll leave that open to you. Yeah, subscribe if you want, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Adios.